We all love a great scheme on this show, and each season coordinators and coaches are dialing up something that we have never seen before. Boys, with only the Super Bowl left, we thought it was time to head back and select the very best play calls from this season. Jay, our coach, everybody's coach. I will start with you. Break down your play for us.
I love blitzes, man. Blitzes excite me. They used to torment me. I couldn't sleep at night trying to figure out how to pick up some of these blitzes. And Steve Spagnuolo, last week against the Buffalo Bills on 4th and 2, dialed up an old-time special Steve Spagnuolo blitz. Now, Buffalo lines up and empty. It's 4th and 2. The game's on the line, right? So what does Spags do? He lines up with a 4-man front and 2 linebackers walked up in the A-gap. So that is 6 red jerseys for only 5 blockers. So what's Josh going to do? He's going to bring a receiver back in motion, but that really doesn't affect Kansas City's intent to blitz because we know the receiver's not going to block. Whichever way the center's turned, he's going to turn left, which will activate the right A-gap rusher. That means somebody's going to be free up top, but they also add Trent McDuffie at corner blitz. So now they got 2 freebies coming on Josh Allen's right side. And of course, the defensive end loops for contain. So they have nowhere for Josh to go. Remember early in the season on 4th and 5, Josh Allen scrambled for a 26-yard touchdown to beat the Chiefs on 4th down. Not this time. 2 free runners, a great contained rip blitz by the defensive end. Nowhere to go for Josh. And Josh just makes a Superman type play to even get this play off. This is why Steve Spagnuolo has the reputation that he has being the best defensive coordinator possibly of all time because of the guts that he has and the trust he has in the players to bring a blitz that cannot be picked up. Surprised they didn't have an answer for a bubble screen or something like that. But when you motion in an empty formation and only have 5 blockers, you are going to be short and the ball has got to come out. And it did. And the Chiefs won. So hell of a call by Spags and a great victory for the Chiefs. And we'll see him again in 2 weeks.
I mean, if he just catches the football, what are we talking about?
There's not one quarterback in history could make that. Maybe Cam Newton could have because of his strength, but he had 3 guys hitting him in the face by the time he could throw it.
Unbelievable play by Josh Allen.
That's the old Spags blitz, man. Center goes one way, we're going to blitz the other guy. You're hot. You're hot no matter what. I didn't think they even needed to bring McDuffie because they would have been hot anyway.
So, Jay, you think if the center turned right there, you think Bolton would have blitzed? Is that what you're saying?
100%. Yes. I've seen him do it millions of times. Yes.
Even with 3 over 4 to the outside over there.
Yeah. Then the guy will pop out to the 3-man side. He'll sprint to where Bolton blitz from. At least that's what he did to me many a times.
Are there any other ball knowers out there that you guys wanted to say that broke down this play eloquently?
I've seen quite a few. Our former quarterback,
How about on 4th down and 2 or 3 against the Chiefs? Do not be in a 5-man protection unless you're throwing some kind of bubble screen or quick screen to the receiver or a sprint out. The odds are not in your favor. Spags is coming to get you.
Agree. We played them in the Super Bowl. I'll just give one last little nugget on that before we go to Justin. And we knew Spags loved to bring 0. So we always had it like, hey, if it looked like 0, motion Gronk in. We're going to add an extra protector. And then Gronk was going to bluff and then go. And then get it to him. And we actually scored a touchdown in the game on that. So
when you bring the tight end to block, that'll activate the safety cover him. And if he comes, and Gronk goes. But yeah, that's a good one too.
Bingo. All right, Justin, let's go to you. What do you have as your play call of the year and what made it so special and why?
We've talked about this entire year of how the Detroit Lions basically made a mockery of the NFL. They were up 3 or 4 scores in every game. And in this game, they are playing the Chicago Bears. And you just can't help but feel bad for the Bears at times. They run the stumble bumble for a touchdown. Jared Goff and Jahmyr Gibbs come out and they look like they fall down. Jared Goff regains his footing, quote unquote, and finds Sam Laporta in the back of the end zone for a touchdown. I mean, you're really beating some guys while they're down. The Bears had a rough year, but this is one of the more creative plays that you just sit back and you laugh at and you're like, did they really pull this off? And you can't see it on film, but they go back to the sidelines and they're laughing about it. They're having a great time. So it's one of those plays where I just crack up, and we talked about it every week. Ben Johnson has been one of those play callers that he's not scared to try anything else new. And I guess he calls this play against the Bears because they're the Bears.
Yeah, there's no doubt. I mean, there's a reason people are paying $14 million a year for head coaches, and it starts with this guy. Obviously, Liam Cohen got basically the same amount of money, but it seems like we are valuing the hell out of these offensive play callers that seem like they can scheme up everything in the dirt, and that is why Ben Johnson is now a $14 million a year head coach.
Nice if 36 covered the guy he's supposed to cover. That would have been great.
Dirty eyes.
I love Jay. Jay's got all the answers. There it is. There's your classic Jersey Shore fight between Jay and Dustin. Love it. Colt, what is your favorite play call of the year, and why did you choose it?
Yeah, man. Listen, I know the Bills didn't have the right protection all set up on that last play against the Chiefs, but I just loved what Joe Brady did all year. He was one of the first guys this year to sort of motion the back out, not all the way to a receiver, kind of out towards the tackle, just to see movement on the interior, see if they're in man coverage, see if they're not. So right here, you'll watch Josh Allen motion Cook out. He sees the middle linebacker running with him. Okay, known man coverage. Is it too high? Is it one high? I don't know, but I know it's man coverage. And this is an oldie but a goodie. This isn't like some innovative new play design, but I loved watching Joe Brady's offense all year long because he created easy completions for Josh Allen. He schemed guys up. And this is your example. Then he's going to motion the slot receiver across the ball from a 1-by-3. Then he's going to go back behind Josh Allen. And all you're going to do is just distract everybody. And then you got 2 pick runners from your receivers on the left side of the field. You get James Cook running right out of the backfield. This is a one-man show. This is where the ball is going to go. We used to run this with Jay all the time. We dress it up in a lot of different ways. But I love how Joe Brady can add things to a simple play to create easy completions, turns into a touchdown. And when you watch the film, they perfected this all year long. When they needed a play, when they know it was man or zone, he had the right play dialed up based off shifts, based off formations, based off confusion to the defense. And when you give it away like this, it's too easy. And so I know this is an easy play to watch, but I picked it because you saw this over and over all year long from the Buffalo Bills. It's fun to watch.
This episode of Clean Pocket is sponsored by Roe. We all know the best gifts are experiences, especially for romantic holidays like Valentine's Day. Chocolates, stuffed animals, and flowers are overrated. What your partner really wants is real romance and great sex. Roe Sparks are a 2-in-1 prescription treatment for stronger, harder erections. They hit the bloodstream faster because they dissolve under the tongue. After they've dissolved, they work in 15 minutes on average. Roe connects guys with a medical provider 100% online, so there's no awkward conversation with in-person providers. Be ready for play with Roe Sparks. If prescribed, new sexual health patients get $15 off Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with a provider at roe.co/pocket to find out if prescription Roe Sparks are right for you. That's ro.co/pocket for $15 off your first order. Basically, the similar play that Samaje Perine sealed the deal for the Chiefs last week. They did it on a 3-by-1 without the motion, but very similar. That's a double pick or triple pick and then leak the back out on the other side of the formation. That's always good when you get man-to-man.
You see that a lot, but there's also skill involved in this, and that you can't just run over the Mike linebacker. You just got to distract him enough, get out of the way. You see the refs are on top of this every week, figuring out this play. You see it a bunch. But just the design, the execution, the understanding of everybody on offense of what needs to happen. The Bills were really good at that this year. You saw that play a ton. But just the ability week to week to dress it up, to make it look different, to run it in different personnel groupings, 11, 12, 13. All it is a pitch and catch to the back. But the Bills did that over and over. And I picked that one just because they were ahead of the game on that all year long.
When the Chiefs ran it, they inserted them through the B gap, and on that one, they went wide. Is there a difference to the defense? Is there a difference?
In the Buffalo Bill game, the end crashed because they brought pressure off the outside. Had the defensive end rushed outside like he normally does, he would have inserted
B gap insert
underneath the defensive end. Yep. That's always the toughest part of that play, AQ, is the back avoiding all the crap in the middle. If there's a TE stunt or something like that, they run into him, you have a dead play. The other thing that stops it is a guy covered the back and the Mike linebacker, they switch, and the Mike linebacker just takes it naturally, and it's a dead play. But
Jay, did you run that play against Kurt Warner in the Idaho Potato Arena Bowl?
It was called the Arena Bowl. It was not the Idaho. It was Iowa Barnstormers versus Tampa Bay Storm. And no, we did not. We didn't have to. We ran conventional plays.
It all starts with the pick. And it all starts if the back can get out. Like sometimes it's an A gap insert. Sometimes it's a B gap. Sometimes it's way out in the C gap based on all the movement of the D line. And so coaching and executing that, you got to be on your P's and Q's.
Yeah, and your running back needs to not be a robot too and think this is always a B gap insert. We gotta feel things. We gotta read it out. We gotta go. Clearly, Ben Johnson was not a robot. He just did whatever the hell he wanted, whenever he wanted, with whoever he wanted. And that is why I stuck with Ben Johnson for my play call of the year. We saw this in the playoff game. We've seen so many things from this offense this year and all the different things, whether it be an end around to the tack or whatever. But we're going to hand this off to the running back and then run a shovel back up underneath. And the reason why I love it is because it almost looks to the defensive end, to the side of the pitch to the running back, that it's going to be like a crack toss. So as you see that defensive end, he flies up the field, 17, Tim Patrick right there, makes it look like it's going to be crack toss. So he's up the field trying to get that. And that basically makes the block for the pulling guard because now he's back up underneath. And then here comes the shovel to St. Brown up underneath. Awesome play call. Awesome design. Vacates everybody because it gets everybody flowing hard this way and opens that thing like the Red Sea to get the shovel back up underneath. Who was the wide receivers coach for the Detroit Lions this year, guys?
Antoine Randall.
This play, Randall ran where he was the running back, handed it off to him, and he pitched it to Verron Haynes. You guys remember that name as a running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
No.
Randall's got that play in. If you guys don't remember.
How many running backs have you coached, Jay, that can make that pitch off the catch? Like catch the ball, pitch the ball?
Not many. Chris Thompson would be for sure. Other than that, no way Alfred Morris could have done that. AP, no way he would have done that. He would have kept it, just ran everybody over. Rob Kelly, no. Yeah, so not many.
Matt Jones?
No, hell no. He couldn't catch a pitch in the first place.
That's pretty impressive for Montgomery to be able to do that. And I'd venture to say that Gibbs could probably make the same play.
I just don't know if that was necessary. He had the bluff anyway. If he would have just faked the pitch and tossed it, would have got the same result. But I like the creativity.
The best app for your big game party is on your phone. That's right. You and all of your friends could be feasting on Underdog. Ride together on stats like passing yards, first TDs, interceptions, and so much more. If you or your friends haven't joined Underdog yet, what are you waiting for? Whoever signs up today using code POCKET, capital P-O-C-K-E-T, will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that's code POCKET for up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Head to the App Store and download Underdog today.